we offer a solution. We may all be unique. Friendships.
And the fact that there's a short hook, which has a musical function, there's a call, and a reference to Kookaburra, which has a function as an answer, this creates integrated musical elements, in your view, doesn't it?
I think yes, the call and the response are integrated into a statement, yes.
And many of the notes from that integrated passage have come directly from Kookaburra, of course.
Yes.
And Kookaburra plays an important, indeed essential function in that flute line, in the musical element, doesn't it?
Yes.
Now, if you make the assumption that I've asked you to make, that the flute line was intended to inject an Australian flavour to the song, then you would accept, wouldn't you, that when the second bar is played in example E, that injects an Australian flavour?
Yes.
And its Australianness comes from the fact that it is the tune of Kookaburra, doesn't it?
Yes. Look, I'm going along with your assumptions with respect, but I think I might have said this in my affidavit, I think the whole song is very Australian. I think the constant reference is to Australiana, and the attitude of the song is Australian. I mean, I don't get it. I don't think it's a flute. I mean, I wouldn't say, oh, it's anything except the flute tells me it's Australian, so...
Its Australianness is pretty hard to miss, isn't it?
It's very hard to miss.
References to the quintessentially Australian appear all throughout the song and its lyrics.
Yes.
And all throughout the song in its video.
Yes.
And it wouldn't be any surprise if that same reference to Australianness occurs musically now, would it?
No.
Now, on the assumption that I've asked you to make that the flute line was intended to inject an Australian flavour to the song, then you would accept, wouldn't you, that the second and the fourth bar inject that Australianness? In fact, is that right?
In fact, yes.
Yes?
Along with bars 1 and 3.
Yes, and particularly looking at bars 2 and 4, it does so because that is the tune of Kookaburra.
Well, I can agree. Yes, I mean, I'll say yes, sorry.
Well, only say it if you mean it, Mr. Armiger.
Well, you're asking me to make an assumption, and I am making that assumption, but somehow, it could be... You could well be right.